The Settle to Carlisle railway line, in its heyday the principal artery feeding life through the heart of the Dales. With only a handful of regular trains and an uncertain future, it's an artery clogged by the confusion of debate and argument. This is the loneliest line in Britain, certainly the highest, and here, at the Ribble Head Viaduct, some would say the most splendid. You would think that there isn't much for a railwayman to do, apart, that is, from a bit of bird watching and sheep spotting. But while a train still runs, the line must still be manned. At Blea Moor, the signalman is called George Horner, but up here, where the wind howls and the mists roll, even his name isn't as simple as it sounds.
Most of my mates call me Dude.
Call you what?
Dude. I'm always known as Dude. It's an abbreviation.
Dude?
In our parts, yes.
What does it stand for?
It's an abbreviation of George.
Is it?
Yes, yes.
That's one I've never heard before.
Oh, yes, it's used quite a lot in Yorkshire, yes. Oh, yes.
Well, Dude or George or George. This place, which is Blea Moor Signal Box,
Yeah.
is either the most romantic place in the world or the most hellish place in
Yes,
the world.
whichever way you look at it, yeah. Oh, I always found it rather on the romantic side. You can get different ideas, of course, if the weather isn't too good, but I've always enjoyed working here, you know. It's always been nice, pleasant.
It is very, very, very remote.
It is,
though, isn't it?
it is, yes.
You also should really have a shepherd, shouldn't you, round here?
Yes, oh yes, they're very much at home with the sheep around here. So many of them were born on the line side, you know. They're at home here. They can jump like deers, can a lot of them, you know, and we've seen some funny things happen with sheep up here.
Like what?
Well, I was once here in the box here at Blea Moor, and an inspector came and he was sitting in the box with me, and there was a sheep actually laid down between the rails in the upper road, you see. And he looked at this sheep, he said, "Go and shift it," he says. "No," I said, "she's right, leave her, she's right, take no notice of her, she's right." And I'd pulled off for the express on that line, and he kept looking at this sheep, at the inspector, and he said, "I don't like this," he said, "poor old devil, get her off." He said, I don't like to see this." "No," I said, "she's right, leave her where she's at." And of course, eventually the yellow nose of the express came under the bridge there. "Oh no," he said, "I can't watch this." No, he said, "I can't watch this." And the sheep got up and it stretched, walked out of the way of the train shot past its back end, you know, and then it went back and laid down in the same spot. He said, "Well," he said, "if I'd been told that story," he said, "I would never have believed it, you know." "Oh, well," I said, "it's all right." I said, "Sheep know times the trains as well as we do, you know. Just one thing about this," he said, "that's all right with regular trains, but," he said, "what if when we run specials," he said, "they'll not know where they are." I said, "Well, no, probably not." I said, "Never thought of that, actually." Following weekend, of course, when we got our special train notices, which we get weekly, there was an extra set for Blea Moor sheep. I kept that set for years. I don't know where it is now.